Hi everyone, today we'll talk about 5 stocks that are their 52-week lows. Some of these stocks aren't right at the bottom of the 52 weeks low. There might be a couple of dollars off them, but they're pretty much there. And these are 5 stocks that could be strong buys. A few of them I would recommend as buys. Few ones I know are favourites with other people. So you have a look at the stocks, you check them out, see if you like them. But I'll also give my view on each stock as well when I talk about them. And I'll probably say a few reasons why I put them on this list. So number one is Facebook. I would say Facebook is probably the strongest buy on this list. I think that the potential for Facebook to increase their cost or up the price for how much they charge for adverts on their website will go up, meaning that they'll still increase their EPS and the revenue when they do that. I think that Facebook could potentially be looking at paying dividend long term. We look at on this channel stocks long-term views, and I believe Facebook from a long-term view, the EPS side of it, the revenue growth side of it is really good. Like say, I think potentially they could look at a dividend in the future. I think a lot more companies, big companies, will go to advertising on Facebook in the future, and when that happens they'll push them adverts up and the cost, and they'll make more money. I think there's still a lot of potential to advertise on Instagram and WhatsApp. I feel like Instagram will take over Facebook at some point as well, but I don't see Facebook or Instagram dying off in the next 3-4 years. I just see like Instagram getting bigger. Facebook probably stay about the same, give or take a few users. So with all that kind of factored in, I think Facebook is quite a strong buy right now. Number two is a stock that I used to own. I've talked about this one on the channel. If you're a long-term viewer, if you used to watch way back in the day, then number 2 is Ferrari. You know that I really do like this stock. It's a great brand, strong brand in its area. It has a lot of the cars have strong resale value on Ferrari, because what they do is they limit the amount of cars that they produce. What this means is that Ferrari pretty much can control their EPS and revenue growth quite easy, because Ferrari only makes say 250 cars a year. If Ferrari want to increase the EPS or the revenue side of it, all they need to do is go to the factory and say, look, this year we're going to make 10 more cars. They make 10 more cars, and then they increase the revenue and EPS, and it just goes up like that. Very easy company to make money on. I felt like over the last kind of like year it's been overvalued. It's been sitting around the $140, $150 per share mark, but it's now dropped down to $100 per share. I think that this is probably a stock that's worth about 130 right about now. So one to look at, to hold, plays a little dividend as well. Number 3 is EA. Now I'm not a fan of EA. I'm not a fan of Activision. If I was going to get into a gaming stock, I would recommend Take-Two. But EA is down at its 52-week low. It's been hit by a lot of bad news. Earnings misses. People saying that the gaming side of it is slowing down. But it's lost its double-digit growth, I believe, now as well. So EA for me is kind of not to buy, but I know a few people like to buy gaming stocks, so you might want to consider that one. But personally, I wouldn't. I think it's got a few problems going forward, but I think it's at nearly half the price as what it was. So consider that one if you're into gaming stocks. Number 4 is Constellation Brands. Constellation Brands got so many strong beer brands for it. Great dividend, owns Canopy Growth, or part of Canopy Growth. Always constantly growing them revenues. Been hit by quite a few pieces of bad news recently, but if you want a diversified portfolio, then consider sticking that right in it. Number 5, a stock that I just made a really long video on, talking about JD and the potential for it to go up from $20 a share. That used to be $50 a share. If you want more information, go check my last video out. I talked about that quite a bit. But JD has a lot of potential at $20 per share. Really undervalued stock on this list, and the cheapest stock on this list, affected big time by a lot of bad news recently. And there's 5 stocks on their 52-week lows right now, guys. Check them all out. Give the video a like, subscribe. Thanks for our support recently, it's been amazing, and I'll see you on the next video.